Last Saturday night, I stood in the middle of a luxury hotel ballroom, wondering how in the world my mother-in-law had pulled off something this extravagant. The chandeliers sparkled, a jazz band played softly in the corner, and waiters walked around with trays of champagne. It was a full banquet to celebrate my sister-in-law's small job promotion. Honestly, I was shocked. We weren't talking about a CEO promotion or a major life event. It was just a title change at her office. But here we were, in what looked like a wedding reception. I'm in my mid-30s, married to Eric. I work in finance, and I'm careful with money. Eric's family, on the other hand, treats money like it's never going to run out. His mother, Donna, always wants to impress people. She lives in a small house, but acts like she owns a mansion. She has no job, no savings, but somehow always shows up in designer clothes. And when she runs out of money, she expects us to help. Over the last few years, we've quietly paid her electric bills, helped with her car repairs, and even covered groceries more than once. So when I saw all this, I was confused. I leaned over to Eric and asked if he had paid for it. He shook his head, looking just as surprised as me. I didn't say anything else. I just watched as Donna walked around, grinning, waving at guests like a queen hosting her own gala. I had a feeling something was off. She didn't have that kind of money. So where did it come from? After the dinner, Donna came up to me with a huge smile on her face. She handed me a credit card and said, "Don't worry, I used your card to take care of everything. It's all settled." I just blinked at her. She was so casual about it, like it was normal. My heart jumped for a second, and then I took the card from her hand. That's when I noticed something strange. This wasn't my current credit card. It looked familiar, but it wasn't one I used anymore. I flipped it over, checked the numbers, and suddenly I couldn't stop laughing. Right there, in front of her, Donna looked confused. "What's so funny?" she asked, clearly expecting me to panic or get mad. But I just smiled. She thought she had used my card. She thought she had gotten away with something. But she had no idea what she'd really done, and who she was messing with. I took a deep breath, pocketed the card, and calmly said, "Thanks for letting me know." I walked away, still smiling, already planning my next move. She's always trying to prove something to the neighborhood and the church circle. Donna, my mother-in-law, is in her 50s, and every part of her life is about looking rich, even though she's not. She walks around in designer knockoffs, takes pictures near luxury cars that aren't hers, and posts online like she's living the dream. But behind all of that is just debt, drama, and a lot of pretending. Donna doesn't have a job. She hasn't worked in years. She lives in a small house that my husband and I quietly help pay for, even though she acts like it's her own achievement. She buys things she can't afford and gives gifts that she didn't pay for. If someone in the church gets a new car, Donna suddenly has to post a photo next to one. If someone hosts a baby shower, Donna wants to host a bigger one the next month. Everything is a competition to her, and she always wants to win, no matter who has to pay for it. When her daughter, my sister-in-law, got a small promotion at her job, a title change, nothing major, Donna acted like she had just become the CEO. Within days, she started planning a party. Not just a dinner or a get-together. No, Donna went full out. She booked a ballroom at a luxury hotel, arranged for a live jazz band, ordered custom decorations, and even had a champagne tower. I heard she even tried to get a red carpet, but settled for flower arrangements instead. People were impressed, of course. That's what Donna wanted. The neighbors, the church ladies, the family friends, everyone showed up thinking Donna was some kind of successful, classy woman. She walked around the party like she was royalty. She gave speeches, clinked glasses, and made it all about her, not even her daughter. But I knew better. This wasn't the first time Donna had done something crazy and expected others to clean up the mess. My husband Eric and I have covered her bills more times than I can count. Utility bills, phone bills, car repairs. Every time something went wrong, she called crying, saying she had no one else. And every time we helped. I didn't do it for thanks. I did it for peace. But Donna took it as a green light. She started expecting it. She believes she deserves a high-class life because of how much she's sacrificed. She says things like, "I gave up everything for my kids," or "I worked hard all my life, now I deserve to rest." But the truth is, she didn't give up anything. She made poor choices, spent recklessly, and now expects others to reward her. I tried setting limits. I tried being kind but firm. She always found a way around it. Sometimes she would guilt-trip Eric. Sometimes she would cry to the family. Once, she even hinted that I didn't care about family values because I didn't offer to pay for her groceries. It never ends with her. Watching her walk around that party like she was the one being celebrated, pretending to be generous, acting like she was the one who made everything happen, it didn't surprise me anymore. I just wondered who she expected to foot the bill this time. But I already had a feeling. And I was right. It didn't start all at once. At first, it was small things. Donna would ask for help with her phone bill, saying it was just this one time. Then it was the electric bill, then gas, then car repairs. Every month there was something new. My husband, Eric, works full-time and always tries to help his mom. But the truth is, I earn more. So most of the time, the money came from me. We never made it public. We didn't tell the rest of the family. We just paid what needed to be paid, thinking it would stop. It didn't. Donna began to act like it was our job to take care of everything. She started calling it our money, like we all shared one bank account. If I bought something for myself, Donna would make comments like, "Well, it must be nice to spend that kind of money when your family is struggling." One time, she tried to move into our home without even asking. She showed up with bags, claiming her place had a leak and that it was just for a few days. I said no. Eric supported me, but Donna cried and made a huge scene. She told people I didn't care about family. It caused a big fight, but I stood firm. After that, I made clear rules about money and space. I told Eric that we had to draw the line. He agreed, but Donna never listened. Every time we said no, she found a new way to ask. Sometimes through guilt, sometimes by going through Eric. Sometimes she even tried to trick us. Once she said the water bill wasn't paid, and the city was going to shut it off. We paid it. A week later, I found out it was already paid before she even called. My sister-in-law, Donna's daughter, is no better. She treats me like a walking wallet. She acts sweet when she wants something, then ignores me the rest of the time. She once asked if I could cover her credit card payment, just for this month. Another time, she hinted that I should buy her a new laptop, as a gift, to celebrate her promotion. I never agreed, but the nerve of it shocked me. I started feeling like I was being watched. Every time I opened my laptop or sorted through mail, someone from that side of the family would ask questions about my work or make strange comments about my bank. One day, I caught Donna staring at a bill I had left on the kitchen table during a family visit. I picked it up, but she already saw it. That's when I started getting careful. I stopped leaving anything out. I locked up my office room at home. I changed my passwords. I didn't have proof, but I felt like they were planning something. They were always asking small questions. Do you use online banking? Is this your business card? How many accounts do you have? At first, I thought it was just curiosity. But after a while, it felt like they were digging for something. The next morning after the party, I couldn't stop thinking about what Donna said. She told me she used my card to pay for everything. I didn't show it on my face at the time, but I was confused. I knew I hadn't given her any card. I hadn't even left my wallet anywhere near her. So how did she use my card? I needed answers. I called the hotel and asked to speak with someone in billing. I told them I wanted to confirm the payment made the night before for the party in the ballroom. At first, they were unsure about giving me the information, but I explained the situation and gave my name. After a short hold, the staff confirmed that the booking had been made under Donna's full name. The payment had already been processed. I asked what card had been used. They gave me the last 4 digits. As soon as I heard those numbers, I felt something click in my mind. I knew that number. It wasn't from my current credit card. It was from an old backup card I hadn't used in a long time. It used to be connected to a joint account I had set up years ago, back when I was doing side work and had opened a small business profile for tax purposes. That account had been closed officially, but one connected card was still active for monitoring. That card wasn't meant for regular use. It was connected to a dummy account, something I set up as a safety net. I used it for testing, logging business purchases, or for company trial services. It didn't have much credit on it, and it wasn't linked to my personal savings, but I had kept it active with alerts set up in case anyone tried to use it. Somehow, Donna got her hands on that old card. I didn't know how, but I had my guesses. Maybe she found it in some old paperwork. Maybe she had taken it during a visit when I wasn't paying attention. However she got it, she thought it was one of my real credit cards. She used it proudly, thinking she had tricked me, thinking she had stuck me with a bill I couldn't avoid. But what she didn't know was that the moment she used that card, it sent a security alert. The system I had set up flagged the charge and tracked the detail. Every step she took was now recorded. I checked my alerts. The account had already marked the payment as suspicious. It had saved the merchant information, location, and timestamp. I didn't have to chase anything. Everything was in front of me. She thought she was clever. She thought I wouldn't notice. But she used the one card that was never meant for normal use, one that was quietly watched. She believed she had gotten away with something big. She thought I would panic, maybe try to cover it up or argue. But I didn't. I stayed calm because I knew exactly what she had done and how to prove it. All I had to do was wait and let her enjoy her little moment. The truth was already on its way. I acted like everything was fine. I didn't say anything to Donna about the card she used. I smiled and told her I'd deal with the bank myself. She looked pleased, like she had gotten away with it. I could tell she thought I was just going to clean up her mess, like always. But I had a different plan. First, I started gathering proof. I called the hotel again and asked for a copy of the receipt. They emailed it to me right away. It had Donna's name, the full list of what she ordered, and the time the payment was made. Then, I contacted the billing department and asked if there were any cameras at the payment desk. They confirmed they had footage. I requested a copy and explained the situation. After some paperwork, I got the video of Donna handing over the card to pay. Next, I logged into the account that was linked to the card she used. I took screenshots of every alert, every charge, and every location. The account showed the exact time and place the card was used, matching the hotel's information. Everything lined up perfectly. I didn't stop there. I sent everything to my lawyer. I also gave a copy to my accountant. I explained that someone had used a monitored business account without permission. My lawyer told me to stay quiet for now and let things unfold naturally. That's exactly what I did. I needed one last move, something that would bring Donna in close, where she couldn't run or deny what she did. So I planned a dinner at our house. Nothing big, just a small meal with family, me, Eric, Donna, and my sister-in-law. I told Donna I wanted to thank her for being so generous at the hotel party. I said it would be nice to celebrate together again. She was thrilled. She thought I was finally giving her the praise she believed she deserved. She even said, "It's about time someone appreciated my efforts." I just smiled and nodded. I spent the next few days getting everything ready. Not just the dinner, but the paperwork too. I printed out copies of the receipt, the video stills, and the screenshots. I placed them neatly in an envelope and sealed it. I even made a label for it with her name. When the night came, I cooked a simple meal. Nothing fancy. I didn't want the food to distract from what I was really planning. Everyone sat down, laughed, and ate. Donna was in a great mood. She kept going on about how wonderful the hotel party had been. My sister-in-law agreed, talking like they had pulled off something big together. After dessert, I told them I had something special. I brought out the envelope and handed it to Donna. She looked surprised and opened it with a big smile, thinking it was a thank you letter or a gift. But as she pulled out the papers and started reading, the smile slowly faded. Her hands stopped moving. Her eyes got wide. She looked up at me, confused and pale. I said nothing. I just watched her, calm and quiet. She had no idea this was coming. The dinner was quiet and simple. Just me, Eric, Donna, and my sister-in-law. I made a small meal, nothing fancy. I didn't want anything to distract from the moment I had planned. The table was set neatly, and everyone seemed relaxed. Donna looked happy. She talked a lot, mostly about the party at the hotel. She smiled proudly, as if she had paid for it all with her own money. I kept smiling too, listening carefully, saying very little. I had already done all the work behind the scenes. The receipts, the video, the bank alerts. Everything was ready. I just needed her to open the envelope. After dinner, I stood up and walked to the living room shelf. I picked up the envelope I had prepared earlier. It had Donna's name written on the front in gold letters. I came back to the table and handed it to her with a warm smile. "I wanted to give you something," I said. "Just a small thank you for everything you've done." Donna's eyes lit up. She held the envelope like it was a birthday card. My sister-in-law leaned in, curious. Eric looked nervous but said nothing. Donna slowly opened the envelope, expecting kind words or a gift card. She pulled out the letter and started reading out loud. At first, her voice was cheerful. "Dear Donna, thank you for your generous." She stopped. Her face changed. She blinked and looked at the paper again. The smile was gone. She read silently now, eyes moving quickly across the page. Her hands began to shake slightly. She looked up at me, her mouth opening, but no words came out. "What is this?" she asked, her voice low and unsteady. I stayed calm. I took a copy of the letter from my pocket and began to read aloud. "Donna, you didn't use my personal credit card. You used a monitored business account connected to a closed file. The moment you swiped that card, a report was triggered. The payment was flagged and tracked. The account was created for company emergencies and legal protection. What you did is considered wire fraud." Silence filled the room. Donna sat frozen, holding the letter with both hands. My sister-in-law stared at her, confused. Eric rubbed his face, not looking at anyone. I placed the rest of the papers on the table, copies of the receipt, the card number, and the bank alerts. "This is all being reviewed," I said calmly. "I've already spoken with my lawyer and my accountant." Donna looked at the papers but didn't touch them. Her face had gone pale. Her hands stayed still. She opened her mouth like she wanted to argue, but nothing came out. For the first time, she had nothing to say. I stood up and started clearing the table. "Thank you all for coming tonight," I said, just like it was any other dinner. I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. I didn't have to. Everything she needed to hear was already in front of her. After the dinner at our house, Donna stayed quiet for a few days. She didn't call, didn't text, and didn't respond to anything. Then slowly, she started acting like nothing had happened. She posted pictures from the party again and smiled in her church group like everything was perfect. She even told people that she had paid for the hotel event as a gift to her daughter. It was like the dinner, the letter, and the warning meant nothing to her. I knew she wasn't going to take it seriously until others knew the truth. She cared more about what her friends and neighbors thought than anything else. She lived for attention, praise, and approval. So I waited for the right time. Every year, the HOA holds a banquet for the neighborhood. It's a formal event with speeches, dinner, and a few awards. Donna always made sure she was there. She wore her best clothes, greeted everyone like a celebrity, and acted like she was the most important woman in the room. She often bragged about her good taste and community value. This time I went too. I sat near the back, quiet and unnoticed. Donna walked in wearing a new dress, smiling, waving at everyone. Her friends gathered around her, laughing and complimenting her. My sister-in-law sat beside her, looking proud. It was the perfect moment. When the speeches began and things quieted down, I stood up. I walked to the front where the HOA president sat and handed him a sealed manila envelope. People turned their heads. The room got quiet. "I'd like to share something important," I said in a calm voice. "Please be careful with your personal information. Identity theft doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from people close to you." The president opened the envelope. Inside were all the documents, proof of the card Donna used, the receipt from the hotel, the alert from the business account, and the legal notice. He read through them quickly, then looked at me, surprised. I didn't say her name out loud, but everyone could see who I was talking about. All eyes turned to Donna. Her smile dropped. Her hands gripped the edge of the table. She looked around, trying to laugh it off, but no one was laughing. My sister-in-law stood up, grabbed her purse, and walked out. Donna sat frozen, face red and eyes wide. I didn't stay long. I left after that and didn't say another word. But the damage was already done. The next day, I heard from a friend that the church had removed Donna from her fundraising role. They didn't want someone involved in something like that handling money. The gossip spread fast. Neighbors talked. Friends stopped calling. People started whispering when she walked into a room. Donna had tried to play a game. She thought no one would find out. But the truth came out right in front of the people she wanted to impress the most. And this time, there was no pretending. After the HOA banquet, everything began to fall apart for Donna. She tried to act like nothing had happened, but people were talking. Her friends stopped calling. The women she always tried to impress no longer invited her to lunch or church events. She started going out less. When she did, she walked fast and kept her head down. The same people who used to praise her were now whispering behind her back. Donna's social life had always been the thing she cared about most. She loved attention, compliments, and being seen as important. But now no one trusted her. The story about the party and the cards spread through the neighborhood and the church group. Even people who weren't there heard about it. Her name became a warning, not a compliment. Not long after that, she tried to open a new credit card. Maybe she wanted to prove she still had control, or maybe she needed money fast. But the bank flagged her. Because of the report from the business account she used, her name had a red mark on it. Her credit score dropped badly. She couldn't get approved. That made her even more upset. My sister-in-law didn't escape the mess either. People at her job had seen photos of the party online. At first, they were impressed. But when they found out it was paid for with a stolen card, their view changed. Her boss pulled her aside. Her co-workers started treating her differently. She stopped posting about her promotion and took down the party pictures. She had once bragged about the event, but now she avoided all questions. At home, things weren't calm either. Eric couldn't stay silent anymore. He asked his mom to come over one day, and I stayed in the other room. I heard them talk. At first, Donna tried to play the victim. She said she was just trying to celebrate family. She said she didn't mean harm. She even blamed me, saying I made her feel unwanted. But Eric didn't take it. He told her that enough was enough. He reminded her of all the times we helped, of all the chances she had. He told her what she did was wrong, and that she had to face the result. It wasn't a loud fight, but it was clear. By the end of the talk, he told her we were done helping. No more money. No more chances. No more visits without asking. That weekend, we changed the locks on our doors. We updated the security code. We stopped answering her calls. She tried sending messages, some angry, some sad. She tried using guilt. She wrote things like, "I'm still your mother," and "family doesn't give up on each other." But we stayed quiet. It was hard for Eric. I could see it in his face. But he knew this had to be done. We had tried kindness, help, and patience. But Donna had gone too far. This time, there was no way back.